And immediately once you walk through here, you're going to be encountering a green dude. You probably want to take care of that green dude. And there's also two minor biomechs that are completely oblivious to your presence and would much rather be patrolling the general area. You can snipe them off using the rifle. They walk a little bit fast depending on which difficulty you're in, but considering how big they are, they're pretty hard to miss. There's also this green guy hiding behind the building right here, so he can be easily dispatched of. I think I actually took damage right there. That was very silly of me. Alright then. So, you can see there is a pyramid out there, which happens to be the Mune Pyramid, if you couldn't tell. Yes, the Mune Pyramid. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running straight for that pyramid almost immediately after I kill this guy. Although, there is something interesting here, is that the serious damage power-up, you can't You can't exactly make the best usage out of the serious damage power-up unless you're, like, running at the speed of sound. Because there is a serious speed power-up somewhere over here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. Then proceed to run back and pick up this serious damage power-up. Well, I don't know, maybe I could do it in the other order. Or I could just skip that power-up entirely. Like, the way I do this level, it's a little bit different compared to most other people, so what I might be doing is I'm going to run ahead towards that moon pyramid and encounter that nasty enemy that I was going to be referring to. And that nasty enemy is, in fact, something you will see once we get there. So I'm just going to pick up the speed power-up, and we're going to race our way to the other side of the pyramid, completely ignoring that artifact that we have to pick up. I said completely fine. Apparently the level does not want me to be skipping to that area that I wanted to go first at all, so instead I'm going to pick up that item first, and then proceed to run away like a pansy from these clear skeletons. Boom! So yeah, a bunch of clear skeletons are going to spawn. We don't really need to worry about them that much for the time being, because clearly they cannot see us behind this pyramid. However, this pyramid is not going to exist in a minute, because there is a plunger right here. And why is this plunger here? Well, if you remember how plungers functioned in the first encounter, all one of them, then this should be fairly self-explanatory. Secret Mega Ultra Explosion has been activated, and there are two of these guys right here. So, rather than waste my ammunition, all so precious on them, I'm going to use a serious bomb. Because that seems to be a good idea to me. Plus, I've just been saving these serious bombs this entire time, so really, why not use one of them at the least? And there you can see, that's exactly what the serious bomb did. It completely annihilates enemies that are within range. Not complete range, depending on where you are on the map, but within range nonetheless. I do believe that there is actually a secret right here, involving a Marsh-Hopper. I think the only way you can do this is... I honestly can't remember how you're supposed to do this. There we go, secret health. Alright, so I think the rule of thumb here for getting the secret health is to not destroy this statue. Otherwise, then that Marsh-Hopper, if you kill it, will not drop anything. Which is quite unfortunate. So now with that artifact in hand, we can head back. And the thing we have to do with this artifact, we have to place it on that pedestal over here. Now, placing this item on this pedestal was actually made with a challenge in mind. You see this head right here? Let's see what has to stay. Reminds me of a movie, Return of the Giant Stone Statues, Apocalypto Fight 3. The bigger head is causing all this trouble, which gives me an idea. Destroy the flaming balls with your weapons and try placing the mask on the altar at the same time. Then we'll see who's got the bigger balls. Ooh. Oh, no, Trixie, you're so dirty. But, really? You don't exactly need to shoot these fireballs out of the air. If you time it right, you can just run forward to the side of the statue and it will think you placed the mask, and then you don't have to worry about taking damage whatsoever. So having done this, the statue will be destroyed. The big head is gone, forever, after years and years of existence. We'll miss you, our big head. You'll forever be in our hearts. Okay, that was my Academy Award performance, and I'm seriously thinking of a career in show business. But it can wait, we've got more serious jobs to do. The big head was obviously guarding something in that temple. Let's check it out. And, interestingly enough, this is actually a secret. Like, I think you have to place that thing on the altar to actually go towards the next area, which is over there, but walking in here, there's a secret armor. And once you walk out of that area of the secret armor, there is going to be a green dude. And I believe another green dude hiding behind here. And there's two of them. There's one guy that's closest to this big head, and another guy, which is where we got that serious speed power-up. Now, one interesting thing to note right here, actually, is that, again, in Serious Sam HD, there is a secret. I can't exactly remember how it works, but basically, if you do something, and then this doorway will appear to shimmer, if you walk through this doorway, then you'll appear in this building with secret armor as well as a giant biomech. And yeah, just an interesting little extra secret that they added. If you want to get technical about things, but we're not playing the Serious Sam HD, we're playing the classics version, so I should probably talk more about the classics.
They always said two heads are better than one. But how does it fart?
That's a very philosophical point right there. Very insightful, Sam. Oh! I forgot about that biomech being there entirely. I'm so good at this game. I hope you enjoyed my reaction, because I certainly did not. Oh god, that scared me more than it needed to! And here we have the next area where we have to stand still and shoot enemies for a couple of minutes. That's fairly self-explanatory. What this area is going to be sending at you are kamikazes, clears, and harpies. And that's pretty much the gist of it. You're just going to be standing here, shooting at enemies for a while now. And we're actually coming close to the end of the level. This one's pretty short compared to the City of the Gods. And the level after this, which is the final level of this era, I'd say that it's probably about mid-sized. If you compare it back to back with the City of the Gods and this level, I'd say that it's kind of like a mixture of both. It's sort of short, but it's also short and long, which is pretty much a perfect balance in my opinion. Pretty simple fight right here. Just remember to prioritize which enemies you wish to first. Since the harpies tend to move a bit faster than the clears, considering the fact that the clears like to stop and shoot their projectiles or throw their projectiles at you from time to time, you might want to consider taking the harpies out first of all. And then you could consider destroying all the clear skeletons, which I think some of them have delayed enemy spawns since they do like to get possibly stuck behind the buildings right here. Yeah. Unsurprisingly enough, they like to get stuck behind the buildings. Although I think that should be all of them, so I'm going to take a drink. A good rule of thumb for doing playthrough videos, especially for long levels in video games, be sure to have a drink at hand. And if you are prone to screaming, then you might want to have a drink in hand as well, because of this particular health pill right here. So I said way on early in the level that this was my favorite levels because it had some of the best secrets. You pick up this health pill. I actually have to damage myself to actually pick it up, unfortunately. But you pick up this health pill. You find a secret watcher, which is pretty much just these two little eyes in front of your screen. Not really sure why those are there. Well, if you shoot them, you might want to start running away. Because of that! And the explosion radius on that giant kamikaze is extremely big and extremely unpleasant if you get hit by it. So do yourself a favor and just run away as soon as you start shooting the secret watcher. That's my advice. I'm actually going to go ahead and see if there is actually any extra secrets behind these buildings, because it's been a while since I've played this level. I don't believe there are any additional secrets behind these walls. So I think we can move on. So, why don't we just go towards the end of the level right now, shall we? I mean, these two buildings are probably not that important, right? Let's just run towards the end of the level and finish things off. Huh? Trixie, you had something to say? Alright. I think I might have skipped it accidentally. Oopsie. Yeah, actually triggering this stupid analytical message here is kind of annoying. Closed door. The door is closed, but a mechanism for opening it should be placed somewhere nearby. Try examining the 2 small buildings that passed on your way here. So yeah, if you know Serious Sam pretty well, then you should know that you should check every building before proceeding with the towards the obvious end of the level. So we're going to go into these buildings and see what they have to offer. What this building has to offer are 2 of these Zumb'ul creatures, one on the left and one on the right on these 2 parallel platforms. And there's also a Marsh-Hopper down here for some reason. Not really sure why it's just that guy, but hey, he exists. He exists, so therefore you should shoot him and kill him, and you won't have to worry about him in the future. So you hit this button, and then it says 1 more to go, so clearly we should hit another button, which is in the building opposite of where we are. Hitting these buttons does spawn a couple of enemies. So there's a Zorg, and I believe a Zumb'ul. Yeah, there's that guy out there. Got hit by him. There's also a Reptiloid right here. And another Zumb'ul, which I'm actually going to go ahead and snipe since he clearly did not notice I was jumping in front of his general area. Blind spots! You gotta love them, don't you? And I'm going to swim through the floor, because this seems like a... Wait, maybe I can't with this round surface. No, it doesn't look like I can. Oh wait, yeah, I can. I'm clearly swimming right now. Oh yeah, running through here causes you to die! I would just like to take the time of this video to point out that even while I haven't had experience with this game, I can make some pretty stupid decisions in my life. So having remembered to finally quick save now, we could kill this harpy with this knife. And look at her corpse. And then disappear now. Oh yeah, there's also another harpy that floats up right here. So, might want to be careful about that. So hitting this button, it's just simply a matter of shooting it. And that's pretty much all we have to do for this area. However, once you walk out, clear skeletons! In fact, there's a couple of them, but they do enjoy getting stuck in this particular fashion sometimes, and that can be pretty annoying. Because enemy physics, as you've seen before, as they've very so properly demonstrated, they enjoy just doing things their own way and jumping on buildings on top of high ledges without any explanation whatsoever. So yeah, that was... We're pretty much here at the end of the level now, but before that, we have to walk through this area, which doesn't seem too perilous if you think about it. There are a couple of spooky enemies here that might be worth dealing with. First of all, there are a couple of Zords. Those aren't too bad. Then it moves on to Biomechs, and that's not too bad, you're probably saying to yourself. And then the big scary red dude appears with the rocket launcher, and yeah, you don't want to be getting in front of that guy's way, otherwise he will probably murder you. And that little cutscene shows us where we have to go. Down the exploding pit. And destroying these 2 statues causes me to cough. Because I almost lost my breath there entirely, but there's some health right here if you need it. And chances are, if you didn't know that Biomech was there, you'll probably need that health. Just saying. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up this ammunition, because ammunition is a little bit scarce in the next level. And now we can proceed with finishing this area off. Like, this looks safe. Statistics! And we indeed got all these secrets, so that's pretty nice. Now the next level that we have to go to, which is the final level of this area, the pit. I don't know for sure where we are, but I'll try to summarize our situation. From what I see, this could be a pool of sacrifices, or as Mayans call it, Xibalba, which means Kingdom of Death. Xibalba's location was never found, and many believe that its existence was a pure myth. If I'm right, we've just discovered a legend! To tell you the truth, I'd rather be wrong, because according to this legend, Xibalba was surrounded with lethal traps, and no ordinary human being could reach it. However, you are not an ordinary man, so let's get out! And... Well, listen to Sam scream for a moment. Before I cut off right here, there's some fish that you might want to kill. First of all, because they spawn and they're pretty nasty. So, let's just go ahead and surface for the time being. It appears as though this enemy has decided to notice us, and he's not too happy about our presence. And there's also an enemy over there, which I'm not going to be able to hit because my movement is very floaty due to the water physics. But the next time we play, we will go through the pit. So, until then, thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day or evening, and I guess I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.